Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Angel Geraldino, and this is our live streaming for today. As always, welcome and thank you for being here. We're going to give in a few minutes to people to join our live streaming. Always say the same thing. It takes from 10 to 18 minutes to the YouTube algorithm to notify everybody that we are on the air. And that is an issue that I address on an email to YouTube to find out, well, to Google, excuse me, to Google to find out if they are working on that. And the answers that I got from them was that they do that for safety reasons, that you can find out more about it on the YouTube guidelines. But people were using the live streaming for things that go against the YouTube policy. So they do that delay in a way to prevent stuff that are not supposed to go in the air to go in the air. So once again, welcome and thank you for being here. First of all, thank you to Marie Stranger, our production assistant, for being here with us and helping us with our today's live streaming. So today's live streaming is going to be about back practices and new features that YouTube has. They're not that new. They've been around for a while. As always, what YouTube does is YouTube get a lot of better programs, and they put it in place in some countries, and they roll it out in those countries to see how it works, and then they start moving it around from one region to the other. So this one in particular has been around for, I would say, for since October probably, and it's rolling out to the U.S. since January, but not too many people know about that. I didn't myself. I didn't know about that, and I'm gonna address the reason why this is happening. So NP is here. So thank you for being here. NP is the KineMaster editor, very good editor. So if you want to learn how to edit with KineMaster, I'll suggest you to visit his channel. He's pretty good. Also, Dr. Otto is here. Says saludando. He has a channel out of Pennsylvania, I think. So that's another person that I will suggest you, if you're into card, to go and look at his material. Probably you're gonna be interested in it. All right. So bad practices and new feature. Thank you for being here. Let's give a few minutes to people to join our live streaming. Thank you all for being here. In the meantime, let me find my music so I can play it for you. Cool Total Gamers in the house. Thank you for being here. Stephen Gomez is in the house. Thank you, Stephen Gomez, for being here. And I would like to know where Stephen Gomez is watching the live streaming from. Edición Express is here. Thank you for joining us in today's live streaming. Edición Express is a KineMaster editor as well as NP. So if you are into editing, those are the people that you need to go and see. And our wonderful moderator is in the house. Jojo the Techie is here. A great example of people that put the effort to do it the right way. Jojo the Techie has been on YouTube for, I think, less than 7 months. He's all the way up to 600 something subscribers. Video views on her channel are amazing, on the thousands. And she's already getting paid without being monetized from YouTube. So she's a good example of all the things that you can do when you do things the right way. Today's live streaming bad practices and new feature. It's already 12:08 on the eastern side of the United States. So we're gonna give a few minutes to people to join our live streaming for today. And be ready because next week there's gonna be another giveaway in this channel for you guys. So another giveaway. Pay attention. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram if you don't, because that's where I'm going to announce everything. So huge giveaway for you guys next Thursday. If you like the background music that you're listening, it's from a music producer from Friends. He was generous enough to let me use his music. I have told this story before. I contacted him because I like his music and I wanted to use it for my videos. You do have to pay for his music. There was some promotion deal that we got, and so that's why I'm able to play his music without getting a copyright strike. It's wonderful to have music like this, especially when you don't have the artist singing over the track, because that way you can use it for multiple things. So I'm gonna put the link to his channel on this live streaming when it's over, so you can go and check his music. It's amazing. Also, he's not into editing or anything like that, but his thumbnails are amazing. So you can probably get some ideas on which way you want to go if you like what you see on his thumbnail. So I'm gonna link his channel on the description of this live streaming. All right, today's live streaming back practices and new features from YouTube. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. Giving a few minutes to more people to join us today. Los Toritos Basketball Club is here. So thank you for joining us today, and we'll be starting pretty soon. So, and another announcement that I wanted to make while we wait for more people to join the live streaming is the NP uh, Nilish Pandey Tech is going to be one of the moderators on this channel. So we are honored to having him here. He's from India. So namaste to you, sir. Thank you for being here and thank you for becoming part of the team. So there you go, MP. You already have your blue jacket. If you look at your the icon on the screen next to your name is in blue. So welcome to the underwater family. We talked about this before, and I told you that I wanted you to come on board and work as a moderator for us or with us. And I didn't tell you that it was gonna be today, but I did wanted to do it while we're doing the show live. All right, so this is gonna be the last song, and after that, we're gonna go on with our show. Today's show, YouTube bad practices and new features, the things that you need to avoid, and the things that YouTube is offering you to get it better, to get better with your YouTube channel and your YouTube career. I wanted to tell you something funny that just happened. Marie Stranger, which is the our production assistant, just hand me a note that I'm gonna read to you in a few minutes. Okay, it is. I find it extremely funny, and it goes to tell you the power of. Well, you're gonna find out. If I say anything else, I'm gonna spoil it. All right. All right. I think we are good. All right. So let's get rid of the music. Let's kill it over here. All right. Thank you for being here. My name is Angel Geraldino, and I'm going to be here with you for the next 45 minutes to an hour. Today's topic is bad practices of YouTube and new features, how the new features of YouTube can benefit us as YouTube content creators, and also the bad practices that you need to avoid when you are creating content for YouTube. I am guilty of some of those bad practices, but I'm gonna do my best to try to explain to you how to avoid them and how you can get better in your YouTube career. On your YouTube career. All right. So today topics are gonna be distraction and not pushing people to watch more of your content. Also, creating new videos. The first topic on our countdown of the bad practices that you have to avoid on YouTube are precisely this: distractions. Everything that I was doing, including the sock in there, is a distraction, and I did it on purpose. This is a controlled environment, so I have the power of do the things that I just did. And they know that my production assistant just passed me is related to that because I didn't communicate with her what I was doing. I did put this sock there on purpose to create a distraction. And her note reads the following. It says, "Nice shirt," which is this one that I'm wearing. It was a gift from her. And then it says, "What is the sock doing in the picture?" So she was distracted by it. And those are the practices. And I can guarantee you, as God is my witness, I didn't plan on her giving me this note. She didn't know anything about the sock. So that goes to tell you how important it is for you to avoid distraction when you are creating YouTube videos. You have to make sure that when you're preparing your scenario for your videos, nothing is gonna be in the picture that is gonna distract your audience from the message that you are trying to convey. Sometimes we think that something that we have in our background, a toy or whatever the case might be, is a good thing to have it there that people are gonna like it, and it ends up taking the attention away from the message that you want to give these people because you have either a noise in the background or you have, which I have. I'm being honest. It had happened to me before. Like I have fish tank. People know that. That's why my channel is called On the Water, because that's what I used to do. So some of the fish tanks, sometimes the water level goes down, and that noise you can probably hear one of the fish tank right now. And sometimes it's very distracting. Probably you're not gonna be able to pick up because I had the mic in a very low volume, and I'm pretty close to it, like probably an inch from the microphone. But those are some of the things that you need to avoid. Especially, you need to remember that you have a little window first to hook people into your video, and then to make it stay with you. So you want to make sure that the message that you are outing, people are paying attention to it. They are focused on it. They're not gonna be focusing on this, on my mod here, or whatever the case might be. So you have to make sure that when you are creating your videos, nothing is gonna take the attention of uh, the your audience from you, your surrounding areas. If you are a person that creates content on the outside, make sure that there's not a soccer game going on behind you. You know, and if that's the case, make sure that if you record your videos with your phone, let's say, use the manual mode of your phone, so that way you can control the background, meaning that you can create a blurry background or depth of field, so that way whatever it is in the background, it is not going to distract your audience from what you are trying to tell them. Audio is something that takes the attention of your audience completely. And I had spoke about this many times. Every single serious content creator will tell you the same thing. Half of your video is your audio. If your audio sucks, the entire video sucks. If you have a regular video, but you have good audio, people will watch the entire thing. Then, if the content if is a entertaining content, so you have to make sure that those things don't go on the way. Something that happened to me before, when on an occasion I was doing one of those on the water video, and one of the shades on my window went up. And if you're familiar with those shades, they have on a spring that when you pull it down, they hold it in place. And then to release it, you pull down and then they go up. So sometimes, for some reason, when the spring that holds the blinds in place gets is wearing out, it tends to let go, and then this thing goes up, like 100 miles an hour. So those are the things that, if you are going to record in front of a window that potentially can open while you're recording the video, you want to make sure that you fix that before you start recording your video, because it could be the case that you are not going live, but it could be the case that you're not recording the video, but you are going live on that particular moment, and then that thing goes up, boom, there goes your live streaming. And the same thing if you're recording a video. If you are almost at the end of recording your video and you got it exactly the way that you want to say it, and that didn't happen right in there. So those are the things that you need to make sure that you avoid. Those are bad practices when we don't take, when we are not aware of our backgrounds and our surroundings. Those, I mean, there's a lot of people that are guilty of that. People record their videos in the living room, and then you have two kids in the background fighting, and the background is not even blurry, so you can see the whole thing. It ended up being a joke. And for some reason, these people still publish those videos. I don't get it. But you have to make sure that distraction is a bad practice, is a YouTube bad practice that you avoid at all cost. Uh, why should I have to put up with a messy room as a viewer? You're gonna make your video in your room. Make sure you clean your room. Like the Doctor uh, Peterson from Canada says all the time. Clean up your act. Make sure that you clean your room. So if you're gonna record a video in your room, make sure that the closet is closed. That I don't have to see your sneakers or your socks hanging in the middle of your video. Video is not that great. The audio is regular, And on top of that, I have to see the mess that you have in your room. So those are bad practices that we need to avoid. Also, sometimes people don't respond to a messy background, but they don't say anything. They just go away. So for that reason, you have to make sure that from time to time you uh, move from one spot to the other where you do your videos. If you look at my playlist in my channel, you're gonna see that there's different scenarios and backgrounds where I record my videos. Lately, I've been doing it with a backdrop and a blue light that gives the beautiful. Well, it's not a blue light; it's an RGB light, so it changes color. So I've been doing it with that RGB light and the black background. Not only I just switch from the background that I had before, but now I can switch the one that I have from one color to the other because of the RGB light. And you can do the same thing, and you can see the response from people because people will ask you how you get that look. It never happened with the background that I had before. That's why I haven't used it again, which was just my wall, a fish tank, a couple of lights, a wall paint that I have in my living room. That was my background. I liked it a lot, but there was never uh, nobody ever made any comment about that background. The minute that I switched to this, I had a lot of people asking me about that. And since I have an affiliated account with Amazon, somebody clicked on the link for that backdrop, the new background that I have, and purchased something, and there's a commission in there for me. So in a way, it's also an opportunity for you to change the finances uh, of your YouTube channel. You keep exploring and expanding within your niche and within the things that you do. But I can guarantee you that changing your background from time to time serves very good to your channel. People don't get boring of seeing you in the same spot all the time or seeing you with the same colors. You know, I've been using the blue for a while now, especially for the live streaming. But if you looked at my latest video that I uploaded on Monday, Monday on Monday about the battle between Facebook and Apple, you will see that I have an orange background because I switched it from this because I look at my thumbnail, and when I click on the videos, I see that every time that I come up, I appear with a blue background. So I am very aware of my background. You know, if you're gonna use practical lights are those lights that you put behind you that they look very, very nice and make they elevate the production value of your videos. But sometimes they are too bright. They are together with each other, or sometimes they interfere with some of the graphics that you are using. Because when I edit, I use a lot of graphics. I'm a heavy editor, so I use a lot of graphics. So before, when I didn't have the backdrops and when I wasn't using the RGB lights, I always made sure that the blue um is like a little blue cloud made out of neon lights was on my left because I use the right side for my graphics. So let's say, for example, I'm talking about uh, um, water cups, you know, or mug. So the graphic will come on this side of the screen. So that is me being aware of my surroundings. So another thing is uh, that it has a lot to do with being aware of how you're gonna be seen on screen. If you record your videos with your cell phone uh, and you using the front camera, which is the one in here, this is the back camera. So if you're using the front camera, whatever is letters you have on whatever shirt you're wearing is gonna look backwards because what the cell phone does is the cell phone mimics the uh, the image that you see in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you see left and the right and right and the left. That's how it happens. So when you are recording your video with your cell phone, when you editing your video, make sure you flip the screen so you will look normal and natural to the look of the person that is looking at you. Because when you record your video, you go the image is from it goes from left to right and right to left. Now, when that image go and the you see it perfectly, you see it fine. Okay, when you see yourself on the cell phone, it looks fine, but it's not recording fine, and you only see that when you play back the material. That's when you see that, oh, the letters are going from left to right. I mean, from right to left. So that's when you notice it, and that's what the person watching the video is gonna see. So if you have any graphic that you hold in your hand and showing it to people, the letters are backwards. All right. So that's why you have to be to make sure that you are aware of your surrounding. Even though it's in your cell phone, it is your surrounding. That's your surrounding area. So you have to make sure that none of those things happens. Not only because it doesn't look good, but it's because remember that you are a brand. So you're trying to put yourself in a position that this company would like to invest in you to promote their product. So if they don't see a professional image on your channel, if they don't see a professional in you, they are not going to invest your money. And if you put yourself in their position, you will not invest your money in a person that doesn't have the sense of direction when it comes to visuals. So those are bad practices that you see every single day on YouTube videos. I came up with an idea when I was recording my videos with my cell phone, or at least the talking head, because I still use the cell phone for some support footage because my cell phone can shoot in 4K. So what I did was I always recorded my videos with the back camera. What I did was I just hold a little mirror in the other side of my tripod. So the image, this is the back camera. So I put the mirror here so I could see myself in the mirror without using the front camera. And the reason why I didn't use the front camera is because even though my cell phone can shoot 4K video, it only does it on the back camera. It doesn't do it with the front camera. So that's another opportunity for you to increase the quality of your video and elevate the production value of your company. Another things that you need to do is you need to go back and watch your videos. When you do that, I'm a person that I would say before I publish any video, I watch it, no kidding, at least 40 times. And that's an understatement. I am pretty demanding when it comes to me and my editing because that is something that I really love. I do have a lot of passion for editing. And also, I'm presenting myself as a professional editor. So I want you to see me like that. I want companies to see me like that. So I have to make sure that I see myself like that. There is not a single video that I've ever uploaded to YouTube that I haven't found a mistake in it. Not a single one. And the more that I watch it, I don't like to use the word mistake, but opportunities to do better, aka mistakes. And I will do that with videos even that I recorded 11 months ago. I will go back and watch that video and find out what can I do on that video and what can I do on this video better than what I did on that video. By doing this, you are going to find out what were the bad practices that you were using in your videos. Usually, a lot of people, when they don't know the direction that they want the YouTube channel to go, what they do is they will wing it, and they will do whatever, and they will not pay attention to the material that they have done before, and they then end up deleting the video from YouTube, which gonna cause them to lose watch hours. Instead of that, I would recommend to make it private so you can keep the watch hour. So they will end up deleting the video, which is a practice that I don't recommend for what I just mentioned. But also, you can use that as a teaching process for yourself. It is a learning experience. You need to learn from your mistakes, or you need to learn from the things that you wanted to change, the direction where you want your channel to go. So those videos that you did in the past that they were not great or as good as you want them to be, don't delete them. Just save them there. Sean Connor is a YouTube creator that has over 1.5 million subscribers in his channel, among other 4 other YouTube channels that he has, and he still has those videos that he did at the beginning of his YouTube career, and he's very proud of those. Just like I am of my videos with my fish tank that nobody watched. That's a window into the things that I have accomplished and the things that I can do better. Like I mentioned before, there is not a single video that I have uh, that I have all loaded on YouTube that I don't find a mistake in it. It is always like that. I always find something that I can do better, that I can change. And I would like to know which one are some of those distractions that you, now that we are talking about this, you think that you can avoid or that you can take from your videos. It could also be a an expression. When I'm English is my second language. So sometimes, especially when I'm doing live streaming, and probably you noticed that already, it is very difficult to put some ideas together. Obviously, the brain works faster than what I can move my mouth and get the words out of my mouth. But I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm processing stuff in Spanish, which is my native language, and in English at the same time. But I'm trying to speak English. And the reason why I'm processing both at the same time is because sometimes I don't find the meaning of a word or how to explain the meaning of a word in English. So I look for it in my brain in Spanish, and then I translate it and then get it out. And all of that happened in a split second, right? And then you start talking. So because of that, because English is my second language, I do a lot of um mm, um. That even has a word for it in Spanish. I don't know how you call that in English. And in Spanish, it's called muletilla. Doesn't mean anything for you if you don't speak Spanish. But that is something that I do a lot, especially in English. I don't do that at all when I speak in Spanish. It's my native language, and I can express myself very well in Spanish. Uh, but sometimes I have those difficulties in English, and I recognize that. So watching your videos, going back to watch your videos, you can see the things that you were doing, because there's an exercise that you can do to avoid using and all of that stuff. And one of those exercises or practices that you can do is scripting your the material that you are going to be using for your videos, which is what I do when I record my videos. And none of my videos you're gonna find that because every word that comes out of my mouth is scripted, every single one of them. I know it looks pretty natural, and it's a skill that you can develop if you learn how to use the teleprompter. Every single little word that comes out of my mouth is being written. At least when I do it in English, because I have on the water in Espanol. We launched it already a month and a half ago. So in there, I don't use a teleprompter. I still do my research and I find out what I'm going to talk about. I get a couple of bullet points, and then I go in it. But if you are doing your videos and you have those and all that type of stuff, and you want to get rid of them, there's a lot of exercises that you can do to avoid those. And again, watching those videos of the things that you did in the past is a window of opportunity to see how you can avoid those things, so you don't do them moving forward. Let me see if any of you have any question regarding the topic of distraction. Please let me know before we move on to the next one. There's a lot of distractions that you can have in your video. It could be also a mental distraction. That's why it's so important to do a research before you do any of your videos, because we are humans. We go through stuff. I mean, 2020 was what a year, huh? So there's a lot of people that they went through a rough time going through 2020. So sometimes you still want to create your videos, but then you have you have bills to pay, you have this, you have that, or whatever the case might be, on a more personal level. And then you have that mental distraction that don't allow you to get the your message the way that you want to get it. So during your research process and all of that, those are the things that you can avoid to become a better YouTube creator, better content creator for you or your audience. If anybody just join us, today's topic is bad practices and new feature. And something, there's an information that I'm going to give you at the end, and it's about how you can use the word coming up next. The word coming up next, along with a new YouTube feature, can help your channel tremendously. And we're going to talk about that at the end. Remember that word coming up next. And it's something that I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't know that. And now I know, I'm going to share it with you. But it's something that I'm going to be using on my next live streaming. So stick around until the end of this live streaming to find out how important those words are for your YouTube channel. Coming up next. That's the word. Don't forget about those words. All right, so we're going to move on to not pushing people to watch more of your videos. That is a bad practice that I have been guilty of, and I confess it, and is detrimental to your channel. We are under the impression that just because we put a card on one of our videos and it comes in here and it tells you click on this card and you're gonna go to this video, people just gonna click on it. If you look at the YouTube content creators that are serious about their YouTube channel, they are serious about engagement. There's a reason why YouTube designed that card there. It is specifically tailored to create engagement, to make sure that people stay in your channel. As late as Monday, which was when I uploaded my latest video, I was guilty of that bad practice on YouTube. I did put the cards inviting people to watch this video, but I didn't mention it. So what you're going to do is when you are doing your research, okay, find out which one is the video. First of all, you need to find out which one is the video that you want to promote that is some way, somehow related to the topic that you're talking about. Now, when you are doing your research, make sure that you go back into your playlists, or if you have more than one, only have one, or your videos, if you don't have any playlist, which you should have one at least, and look at the video that you did in the past that is related to the content that you're doing now. That's what we all do. Or I hope that's what you guys are doing. And when you put up a car, it is related to the topic that you're talking about. That's step number one. Step number two is you're going to include in your script, if you script your video, or in your dialogue with your audience, a direct mention of that card. For example, if I'm talking about cell phones, or my latest video, I was talking about the battle between Apple and Facebook. Okay. And you can find out more about this video here. And this part that I'm saying right now is for people that are rewatching this live streaming. So you can find out more information about the battle between Apple and Facebook on this card over here and how that can benefit you as a content creator. So that is precisely what you will need to do. On that video, I was talking about Apple and Facebook and how it can benefit you as a content creator. And one of the three things that I was telling people at the end of the video, or the three practices or the benefits that they can get from that war between those two giants, is that there's going to be an influx of people. If you don't know what's going on between Apple and Facebook, I suggest you to go and watch that video after the live streaming. But I'm going to tell you really quick right now. So Apple is fighting for the privacy of their users, so they want to put a warning to people to let them know that Facebook or whatever app is tracking them while they're using that app. We all know that Facebook takes our data, our information, collects them and sell them to third parties, brokers, and directly to other company that will put advertisement on our feed. That's the war. What are the benefits for you and me as a YouTube content creator? If that happens and Facebook, that doesn't fly with Facebook, and Facebook decide to pull out of Apple, So there's gonna be a huge bunch of people looking for content, which means that the platform that gives that is the most organic, where you can get the most organic traffic without being tracked, is YouTube. Believe it or not, and I'm gonna explain why. But it's gonna be an influx of people coming into YouTube because Facebook is not offered to them anymore, and the cell phone that they use. Also, there's gonna be a group of company looking for content creators that now don't have a platform to partner with. So that's where you and me come into place. And that's what that video is about. And that was this example is all about. If I am talking about that, I have to make a specific reference to the car showing up over here. It's not just a car showing up and that's it. It could be that even though the cell phone screen is really small, sometimes you focus so much on the message that a person is giving you that you don't see that car that comes out. Or the letters are so small that you probably your vision doesn't allow you to see that well. So you, as a content creator, you have to make sure that people know about this card. And is a YouTube bad practice that I am guilty of committing all the time. I do put the cards, but I don't, even though the card that shows up is related in one way or the other to the content that they watching, or it's a video that is trending among my videos, but I don't make a personal reference to it. It is more direct when you can talk to people and you can tell them exactly what to do, because it's now you having a conversation with that person. Um, Hazel Uri says, "Greeting from California. Thank you for being here, California. Wow, that's the West Coast. California and Massachusetts, we are united by a highway, Route 90. That's the longest highway, or the largest. How do you say it? Longest, largest, bigger. Well, it has the 3,300 miles from coast to coast. It's Route 90. Wow. Oh, thank you very much. She said, remember to stay active and connect. Also, creative content is key to growing your channel successfully. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Being creative is the soul of your content. If you are original, you cannot be 100% original, but if your content is original or better exposed than other content, you're going to be uh, noticed. So thank you for that. Another things that I wanted to talk about related to not pushing people to watch more of your video. Um, if it's not uh, related to the content that you have on that particular video, that YouTube card is doing nothing, basically. So before you put a card on one of your videos, make sure that that card it's connected to the topic that you are talking about. Um, because like I mentioned before, people can get lost in whatever it is the message that you're trying to convey. The small cell phone, or they listening to you on their headphones, they on the train, or whatever the case might be. You have to make sure, first of all, that the car is related to your content, and that you are pointing out that you're making sure that they know about this car. There's a feature that YouTube used to have that they don't have it no more, which was the little survey that used to come on the side, just like one of those cards, and it will ask people a question. I don't know why they got rid of that. It was a great feature, but we don't have it anymore. But what you can do is you can turn one of those cards in one of those little messages, because when you upload in your card, if you go all the way to the bottom, instead of having the complete title of your video, that sometimes it takes this all this space, right? Where's up? Okay, right here, right? So the card will come up on this side. It'll go from here all the way into here. So now you have all the space of your video cover. Okay. So what you do instead of that is use it as a teaser. That's what it's called. The feature is called a teaser. So the same spot where you put your cards, if you scroll all the way down, you're gonna find out features that says teaser. So if you, let's say the title of your video is how to edit backgrounds with KineMaster for free. That's a very long title. It is good for SEO, but it doesn't serve that much purpose when you're watching a video changing graphic and then that thing comes into place. Sometimes if the angle of you in the camera is like, I do really tight shots on my editing. So sometimes all you can see of me is from here to here. Okay, I do that a lot. And then if I have a card that is gonna come up on the screen, it's gonna go all the way in my eyebrows. I've seen it happen before. Okay, and that is related to distractions. You see how everything that I'm talking about is related, which is the same topic that I'm talking about right now when it comes to car, and make it all related. And the reason why I can't relate one thing with the other is because of my research. I did a research for that. So those are the things that you need to make sure to that you relate your channel one thing with the other to get the most out of either your live streaming of your videos. YouTube is a long ball game. I said that all the time, and it's a long ball game for a reason. Back in the days, YouTube used to um, appreciate a lot clicks, views, and the amount of subscribers that you will have in your channel. Not anymore. That's not what YouTube is looking for. What YouTube is looking for is retention time. That's why uh, it takes so long for people to get a real base of subscribers and followers, because it is really hard to create good content, especially when you have a niche. If you are, because there's a difference between YouTube creators and YouTubers. YouTubers, they feed off trending topics. Creators, they create the content. They need to come up with the idea. They need to do the research. They need to do the unboxing. They need to try the product and experience the product, and then they need to give you their experience, they take on it. Not to minimize the work of those wonderful YouTubers. There's a lot of work also, work with trending topics, because you have to be in front of a cell phone the whole time or every time that you get a notification. But the work of a content creator is twice as hard as a YouTuber. Excuse me, it's twice as hard, because not only you have to come up with the content, you have to present it in a very professional way. It is a lot of work. So you have to make sure that all the things that you are doing are going to help your channel rather than um, work against you. So for those people that just joined us, today's topic is back practices and new features. So towards the end of this live streaming, we're going to be talking about some new features that YouTube included for the benefits of creators. And that is my distraction right there. That's my 2-year-old son, along with my production assistant, which is my wife. All right. So let's move on to number one on our countdown. Number three was distraction. Number two was not pushing people to watch your video. And number one is creating video just because. That is a practice that I was guilty of it at the beginning of my YouTube career. I don't do that anymore at all. I'd rather not produce a video than just produce one just because, or just because I didn't produce one video. When you do stuff like that, or people who do that are putting themselves and putting their hopes in luck. They are just winging it. They are just it's like fishing. Oh, let me see if it's somebody, you know, will bite. That's not what you want to base your YouTube career on. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, being a YouTube creator is a lot of work. It is you have to do. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of people involved for you to sit in front of a camera and do what I'm doing right now. Like I mentioned, I have my distraction there. My wife and kids, they in the room. Even though they're not in front of the camera, they are working for this live streaming right now. And this is sacrifice that is put uh, in the part of my family for me to bring this content to you. And I'm pretty sure that you, as a content creator, go to so many sacrifices that you have to do in order to do not only what you love, but something that potentially can turn into a business and you can make a living out of it. My reason for doing this is not money. That's not the reason why I'm doing this. I do this because I love to help people. Money is the byproduct of doing this, and money is circumstantial. One day you can have it, the next day, bro, you don't have it. So all my energies are focused on give you the best of me while I'm doing this. So there's a lot of people that they come in front of a camera, they just wing it, just because they see that Peter McKinnon does it that way, or because they see that uh, uh, Nick Neiman does it that way, or Justin Brown does it that way, or whoever the uh, the YouTube creator that you follow is. But what you don't know is that those people, they don't do that. I talked about Mr. Beast last week, and how is that's a person that has over almost 60 million subscribers, and he still does his research, and he tells you that he invests half of the time of his research just tweaking and twitching a a thumbnail, because he understands uh, what it takes for a YouTube video to be made, and what does it take to create an audience. And he wasn't always with 56 million of subscribers. You know, heck, he started with nothing, but he had a model, and he followed it, and he stuck to it. So when you put yourself, it is a disrespect on your part just to go in front of a camera and make a video just because, and then feel entitled that you should get the views and the YouTube algorithm should promote your videos. Why? Who are you that you deserve that? You have to put the hard work and effort to get it. If you make videos that and you get 100 views in a video, man, I made a heck of a video on Monday about Apple and Facebook. It's an awesome video. It's not getting the views that I was expecting to get, but it's working. It's walking towards that. That doesn't discourage me. What I do is I watch that video and I try to find out what could I done better. I look at uh, the analytics of that video by the hour. I look at the analytics of every single one of my videos. Yes, it is a part-time job for me, just going through all of those videos, because that's the only way that I'm gonna get better. Now, that is 150. How many views the video has? It has 100. I don't know, 120, but it has a 60% retention time. So what do you think is gonna happen if the YouTube algorithm picks it up? It's gonna get promoted. But I'm not basing that hope on luck. I did all the things needed to be done to make that video. I went and did a. How many of you? I wanted to know how many of you does do any thumbnail research? If you're gonna be talking about cell phones, how many of you go into YouTube and type the word cell phones and look at the thumbnails that are ranking on YouTube? How many of you do that? That's a practice that I didn't do, and I'm doing right now. So let me read this now. Hallie Uray says, some of my friends told me that they are expressing their comments, that experiencing their comment disappearing. I always check with two phones to see if my comments are staying. Are you referring to the comments on this live streaming, or your comments in general in your channel? There's a reason why I'm asking you this question, and you're gonna understand why. So I wanted to know if you're talking about this particular live streaming. I don't know if Marie can tell me if my comment. Anybody can tell me if my comments are disappearing here, and I'm not sure if she's referring to that. If you are referring to the comments on your videos, what happened is with YouTube community guidelines, there's some words that sometimes you don't mean to write a bad word in a comment, but you misspell something that now looks like something else. You know, there's some bad words and derogative terms that people use that they look similar to other words. And then on top of that, if you misspell that, then you get those comments either will disappear or you will never see it. So if you go into YouTube, you can only see, yes, you can see it on the YouTube Studio on your cell phone as well. So let me see if I can actually show it to you right now in here. Let me see if I can find my YouTube Studio. So what happened is YouTube will hold those comments for you to decide if you want those comments uh, on your channel or not. Because like I said, sometimes it's what they consider hateful or whatever the case might be. So in here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. This is the comment section of. Let me see if you can see it. So in here on the left corner says published, right? So that arrow right there. I'm in the YouTube Studio right now. So that little arrow right there, um, you tap on it, and it's gonna go to it's gonna give you an option that says held for preview for review. So what you need to do, and this is very important, I'm glad that you mentioned this, because sometimes people are honestly interested, okay, in what you are saying, but sometimes they are from a foreign country. Well, it's not correct to say foreign country. Any country other than yours is foreign. So from other country, and they misspell something. I'm guilty of that. I misspell stuff sometimes. So you go to that menu, then you hit the drop arrow, the drop down arrow, and it's gonna give you the option held for review. Then you're gonna click on it, and you're gonna find all of this. All of these are held for review on my channel. So what I did yesterday, well, you don't see the menu because I already went and fixed it. So I went, and as you can see, let me see if you can see here. As you can see, there were a lot of them. So there were a lot of them that were held for review. Some of them goes back to a month. This one is 3 month old, 9 month old. That one is. This one is 4 month, and so forth and so on. So my recommendation to you is that once a month you go into your YouTube Studio, go to the comments section, and then you hit more. Then in the top is gonna appear the option publish or held for review. Tap on held for review, check all those comments, and whatever you deem that is not harmful, just don't just uh, it give you the check mark. It give you a cross symbol to block that person, or it will give you like a trash can for you to delete the comment. If you hit the trash can, it's going to delete the comment, but it's going to allow the person to come back in your channel. If you hit the mark, it's going to go on the main page of your channel. And if you hit the circle with a cross, it's going to prevent that person from ever commenting on your videos. Usually, the comments that are going there are the comments that are attached to a link. It goes against YouTube policy to be not policies, guidelines, to be commenting with in the form of a link on YouTube channel without the authorization of the creator. So I hope that had answered your question. So going back to our point number one on bad practices that you need to avoid on YouTube, which is creating video just because. Going back to that, people who do these type of things are people also that engage in a lot of bad practices. Not only, like I mentioned before, they are disrespecting their audience by not being prepared, but they also engage on a lot of bad practices because what they are doing is they trying to find a shortcut into a YouTube fame. I can tell you right now, there is no such thing. There is not any algorithm hack. There is not any YouTube shortcut that you can use to make it. And I learned that at the beginning. That's why I can tell you this. I am guilty of utilizing bad practice. The good thing in my particular case, which has allowed me to gain subscribers the way that I get them in an organic way. I'm all the way up to 480 subscribers per month. Last time I checked. And what have allowed me to do that is because I discovered right at the beginning of my YouTube career that those were bad practices. Because there is a lot of bad advice in YouTube from people that have bad intentions. So, like I was mentioning, people that just go in front of a camera and wing it, they are basing their hopes in luck, waiting to fish something out of the pond, and they also engage in a lot of bad practices. One of those bad practices is what I just mentioned now. They go in to other YouTube channels to do sub for subs. That goes directly against YouTube policy. And as a matter of fact, you do this in this channel, and I will ban you from this channel. I don't care. You go and do that into any other channel, and you're gonna be banned from that channel. And eventually, you're gonna be reported by someone, and they're gonna take your YouTube channel away from you. But in the first place, you didn't care about your YouTube channel because if you did, you wouldn't do that. Okay, so that is very childish, to do stuff like that. And you have to make sure that you don't do those bad practices. And like I mentioned, people that create video just because are people that engage in that type of practices, sharing links, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to yours. Not even your family members will watch your video if they are not interested in the topic that you are talking about. It is that simple. And that's what I was mentioning YouTube as an organic way or source of traffic into the hands of companies and advertisers, because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the planet. It is not a place to socialize like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or Twitter. Well, not Twitter. Twitter doesn't apply to Twitter, but Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You don't come to Facebook to socialize, even though there's a place for that within the YouTube ecosystem. That is something that I'm going to be talking about in the future, about creating groups specifically to help each other grow based on good practices, not in sub for subs. So people come to YouTube as the second largest engine in the world with a question. You can use YouTube as an entertainment, but you use it also in the form of a question. Which one is Lady Gaga's latest video? That's a question. So you're searching for something. That's the whole purpose of YouTube. So since you have that opportunity, that's why it takes such a long time for you to grow on YouTube when you're doing it organically. Because the people that come to you, they come to you because they value the content that you providing. Again, not even your mother will watch your videos if they are not interested on that content. They will watch it in front of you because you're there. They don't want to make you feel bad, or they will tell you that they did watch it. Sometimes you will send the video to them, and they will answer you, "Oh, great video," on a text message. Why didn't you say that on the video? It has a comment section. Why didn't you comment it there? Because you didn't watch the video. That's why. Okay. Sometimes it could be that they don't have a YouTube account, so that's why they can comment on the video. But 9 out of 10 times, if you, well, 10 out of 10, you're not gonna watch a content of a video if you are not interested in that topic. Period. And that's why it's so important. And I had talked about this in the past many, many, many times. You need to do a research. There is a guy in Pennsylvania that he has a auto channel. He talks about mechanics and he fixes cars and all that. And he's always on a junk yard. How do you say that? Junk yard. On a junk yard all the time. You know, I don't enjoy the part of him fixing the car as much as I enjoy the part of when he goes to the junk yard. Okay. And I do like his channel. I'm subscribed to his channel. I'm subscribed to his. I have the notification bells activated and that. I do watch his videos, but the ones that I enjoy the most are the one that he goes into the junkyard. So it's organic. Even though I will never fix a car myself, hell, I will call AAA to replace a flat tire on my car. But I do watch his video because it is interesting, to see somebody fixing a car. I don't know, you know, but it doesn't matter if it's my cousin or my brother or whatever. If I'm not into that, I'm not gonna watch that video. So creating video again, we're talking about the bad practices that we need to avoid completely on YouTube if we want to see our some progress on our YouTube channel. So creating video just because doesn't help you. You have to make sure that you create content that is engaging with the audience that you're trying to reach. Those bad practices that people are applying is because the reasons what I mentioned. They are desperate. They are in it for the money. They want to get monetized. They think that once the channel gets monetized, they're gonna make all the money in the world. I explained this before many, many times. In order for you to make $500 on a video, you have to have at least 250,000 views on that particular video, and at least or live in the United States, because YouTube and well, Google is who pays you. Google doesn't pay the same in the United States as they pay in other countries. So depending in your geography, you're gonna make so and so. So if you're gonna base your hopes on that 250,000 view on that video, and that's why, because they're doing it for the money, they start making more videos and more videos and more videos and more videos, because they want to accumulate that money. They try to accumulate that money. It reminds me that character from Disney, the Donald Duck's uncle, that always want to have all the money, all the money, and the money, and he did never focus in other things, his grandkids and all that. So these people, they try to wing it. I make more videos. I'm gonna, since I monetize now, I'm gonna make more money, and you end up doing. You're gonna end up doing. Uh, what is it that my wife wants? She wants my phone. There you go. So what she gonna end up doing is what you're gonna end up doing is you're gonna end up ruining your true subscribers. You know, that is a distraction, like I was talking about in the first part of the video. It's a valid distraction because she's the producer, so she's the one handing me the notes and dealing with the technical difficulties. But going back again to creating videos just because, um, don't do that. Make sure that your career is a career that creates organic traffic into your channel. Um, and the last thing that I wanted to say about people that make videos just because, you're gonna see a practice that they do that is gonna haunt them forever, and is buying views and likes. There's a bunch of company that offer you views and likes on YouTube. I was this close. I was so tempted at the beginning, and then I read a couple of articles and how that works against you. The YouTube algorithm is one of the most smart algorithms in the globe. When you're buying views and likes, the YouTube algorithm knows. Every view and every like has an IP address attached to it, so they do know. And eventually, the YouTube algorithm is gonna punish you for that. The YouTube algorithm is gonna punish you from that. And apparently, I'm having some static noise from my mic. How bad is it? How bad is my static noise that I'm having on my my channel? We want to welcome Liliana Cano also to the live streaming because she is here. So for people that has just joined our YouTube channel on this live streaming, we're talking about YouTube bad practices, and now we're gonna talk about the new features of YouTube. And one of the new features that YouTube has, which is I think that along with um, the teasers, these new features on YouTube is one of the one that is going to create the biggest impact. That's what I talked about, the words coming up next, and what does it mean to your channel coming up next. So what happened is now when you're doing a live streaming like I'm doing right now. Well, this has to happen before your live streaming. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a video. That's why I said that I'm gonna do that next Thursday, so you know exactly what it looks like. So what you do now is you have the opportunity on YouTube to create trailers. YouTube does that for their own videos. You have no control uh, over that. And when you go to the YouTube main page and you scroll or hover the mouse over any video, you're gonna see a little trailer. It takes like probably 5 seconds. So you see in 5 seconds, more or less, what this video is about. So now you have the opportunity to create your own trailer, and it can go anywhere from 15 seconds to 3 minutes. That's how long a trailer uh, can be. My recommendation is the rule that I'm going to follow. I'm gonna see all the trailers if I can find. I haven't find any trailers on any video. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go uh, back and see if VidIQ has any trailer. I know that they are using they did use a trailer on one of their live streaming last Tuesday. So I'm gonna find out how it works. So the way that this whole thing works, let me see if I can uh, find that information so I can read it off completely from the from YouTube itself. So what you do is you're gonna create a trailer that you're gonna use before the premiere of your video. So now people that get the notification that one of your videos is coming up at whatever time you set it up for, it's gonna appear a little trailer of that video, because the trailer, that's another thing. The trailer that you see on YouTube has no sound. Okay, so the trailer has no sound, but the one that you're gonna create, it will have sound. Okay, so you can take advantage of that. It's another opportunity for you to um, edit your another part of your video, or you can take like little pieces of that video, or you can do an introduction to that video. And also, after your live streaming, now when you finish your live streaming, I don't know if any of you have used a stream any video before. So um, after that live streaming, what you can do is you can redirect people into the premiere of that video, and the premiere of that video is going to start automatically right after that live streaming. There's a warning on the YouTube article that says that it will probably take a few seconds for that to happen, and I'm gonna get the information here directly, and I'm gonna read it to you, so that way you have a better knowledge exactly of what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find it here real quick for you. See, that's not the one. But it's something that I'm very excited about, because that's when you're gonna be able to use you're gonna be able to use that word coming up next, and you're gonna be part of your audience with it, which is another part so important of using engagement. You have to make sure that you are uh, on your video while you are doing the premiere of your video. You know, people come organically, the ones that get the notification, they come in and watch your videos with you. So you want to make sure that that you stay there with people. So now this premiere of the video, along with your live streaming that goes before, and then a little trailer, can help you even better to engage more with your audience, which is a feature that I'm definitely gonna be using. And let's say the video that you are uploading is a 5 minute video, and that out of that 5 minute video, you get a retention time of 50%. But let's say that the trailer of the video increase the length of that video, and it will increase the engagement because it's you talking to people. The idea that I have in my head, instead of make a trailer about what you are going to see, it's me making an introduction of telling you or welcoming you, into the video. Oh, hi, my name is Angel Geraldino, and I'm so excited about this video. In this video, what you're going to be watching is you're going to learn how, as a content creator, you're going to be benefit from the war between Facebook and Apple. So stick with me. Coming up next, and I'll go from there. So that's the idea that I have for that video, and I'm particularly interested to see um, how this feature is gonna benefit us in our YouTube career. So I wanted to know from you now if any of you guys has seen this feature already able in your channel, because it's not available for everybody. It also it is also only available for people with 1,000 subscribers, and the article also says that it's going to be rolled out to more people. So let me find YouTube creators here. All right. YouTube creator, which is their channel. This computer. Okay, here it is. So I'm going to read you the article so you know exactly what you can expect from this YouTube new feature. Okay, here we go. Let me pause it so you don't hear the music. And that's why it's so important also to make sure that the the comment box below, like we always talk about, it is full with always filled with information that is going to help you. That's what I'm getting the information from, because they do have the video, but then they have an article that you can read in more details. What is it that you can do? So the article reads as follows: Live Direct. That is what it's called. So, what is Live Direct? Live Direct, you can create multiple part shows, experiencing by allowing your audience to move between your premiere and live streamings, like I was saying. So, you can use it at the end of your live streaming, or you can use it before your live streaming. You can also you can use it in some countries between your live streaming, which is awesome. Because let's say that we're talking about a topic like today's topic, back practices. So I'm telling you about that. And then I can redirect you to the premiere of a video that is related to that topic. We watch the video, and then we come back here. And now it is a community, you not just watching a video or live streaming from me. Now we are creating a community. Now we are working together. All right. So how do I use live redirect? You can set up a live redirect by selecting edit. So if you are familiar with the um, live streaming process, when you finish your live streaming, it will ask if you want to edit your video in the YouTube editing uh, platform. I suggest you not to do that, because if you do that, then you lose the live chat. Every time that you edit a live video on the YouTube editor, you will lose the live chat. All right, so you can set up the live redirect by selecting edit it on your stream dashboard in live control room. Going to live redirect, then selecting the premiere you want to send to your audience to after the stream. Very important. You cannot send people to a video that you already uploaded in your YouTube channel. It's only designed for videos because it's to create engagements. So you're not going to be using a video that people probably already watch. So it only works with premiering videos. If you have any question about this, probably you do. I don't know. I had a lot of questions when I was reading about this. I haven't seen that feature yet. I will keep an eye out for it. Please do, because and it's very important, especially for you. And I suggest you to let's become friends, please. Follow me on Instagram and send me I a direct message, because I want to monitor when you guys get it over there. I do have it here, but I don't have all the features available, or that you can use probably, for example, in India. So I don't have all the features yet. But since you're on the West Coast, I would love to know if you already have that feature there. Do you have? And I'm talking to Hazel Uri. So let me know if you have 1,000 subscribers already, because probably you don't see if you don't have. You can't see it if you don't have 1,000 subscribers. You can also see if you don't have 1,000 subscribers depending on where you're living, because like I said, every program that the YouTube algorithm rolls out is on a beta process, and then they try it out and they see how it works and whatnot. Okay, so that's basically what it is. Access and eligibility. Like I said, I've Redirect is currently only available for creators with over 1,000 subscribers to start. We will be rolling this out to this creator over the next few weeks, and then potentially expanding it to creators under 1,000 subscribers at a later date. So that that's that. The other part, trailers. What are trailers? Trailers allows you to upload a pre-recorded video that will be played on the watch page ahead of your premiere. You know that circle with a countdown numbers and blah blah that you had on Instagram on YouTube before you premiere. In some cases, that's gonna disappear depending on where you live. That's what they're telling me right here. All right. Trailers help you generate excitement and preview some of the content from your upcoming premiere to encourage viewers to set a reminder and join the premiere live. So now you're gonna have the comment. You can join the premiere live, and if you this is so awesome. This is what happened, right? So if you do it on a live streaming and you're using a green screen, now you can have your image in a square, in a little square on your screen. Your video is premiering here. Then you have your comment sections on this side with your audience. How awesome is that? I mean that. I mean that is engagement to the next level. That is amazing. That's a feature that I can't wait that I start using. So I have another question. Heisha, you said I don't have Instagram. I have 5,000 subscribers. Okay, so the fact that you don't have it, that means that the program hasn't been rolled out yet in California. Okay, you have only Twitter. So I have my Twitter account also linked on my channel. If you go to my channel, you're gonna find it. Send me a message there because I am very interested to find out. I'm in California, out of all places. You know, that's the tech land. You know, Silicon Valley. So, and they don't have it, and we have it here on the East Coast, and India has it. So there has to be a reason why they don't have it there yet. So thank you for that information. Okay. How do I set up my trailer? To start by uploading your trailer to YouTube. Trailers must be either public or unlisted and finished processing. All right. This is very important. If you are a person that you record your videos on 4K, or in some cases ultra high definition or 1080p, it takes a very long time for the YouTube computers to process your 4K video. So sometimes, and that's why I recommend people to upload the video that they're gonna premiere, excuse me, at least a day and a half earlier than when the video premieres, because it takes it takes that long time to YouTube to process the 4K and compressing that video and all of that. All right. There's a billion gazillions of video that are uploaded to YouTube every minute, so they need space. So that's that why they compress your video. So it takes a long time for your 4K ultra high definitions and 4K videos, and sometimes 80p video to be processed. And when you're uploading your videos, if you go to your content on the YouTube Studio, you will see that says processing video. And then after the video is processed, it's going to say processing. How do you say that? Processing. That's how you say it. The HD version and the 4K version. Okay, so it takes them a while to, I'm making fun of myself. So it takes YouTube a while to process those high definition video. So while the video is there, YouTube is telling you that you're not gonna be able to do that. So if your live streaming is scheduled for Wednesday and today's Tuesday, so the video that you want to premiere along with the uh, trailer during your live streaming is not gonna work because YouTube is still processing that video. You can still premiere the video. You're just not going to be able to premiere the video while YouTube is processing a high definition version of it. Why? Only YouTube knows why they're doing that. But that's one of the problems that you can expect from to happen from that. So trailing must be either public, unlisted, or finished processing. And then when uploading your Premiere in Studio, you will see the option that says add to add a trailer. Oh my God, I was so amazed when I saw that I have that feature on my channel. I can't wait to use it. So now you put your video and then add trailer. So make sure that do a little research. I'm yet to find one. I haven't seen one. I only saw a trailer for a live streaming on the VidIQ page for last Tuesday. But other than that, I have not seen anybody using that. I can't wait to use one. I'm gonna do some unlisted, which is my recommendation to you right now. So practice with it, do it unlisted, and to see how it works. So you can do your live streaming unlisted, and YouTube is telling you that you can do it. And you do your trailer also unlisted. You do whatever video just to see if it works. So my recommendation to you: make a 10-second video. So that way the YouTube is going to process it really quick and do it really low definition. Okay. So do it 720p video, do your trailer 720p also, and then go live. Unlisted so people don't see you. So you do it unlisted, you send the link to your cell phone and so you can see what it looks like on a cell phone on real time. And then you do your live streaming, then you invite yourself. Oh, so now let's go and watch the premiere of my video. And then you do it to see how it works. That's what I'm going to do because I just don't want to wing it. Remember, not creating video just because. Do your homework. So that's what I'm going to do. Access and availability for the trailers. Trailer will be limited also to creators with over 1,000 subscribers, and to begin with, and then we'll roll out to others creator over the next few weeks. All right, let's go back to, and that's that. I'm pretty excited about that. Um, like Yuri was mentioning, they don't even have it in California. And now I'm gonna have the opportunity to use that word that I always watch my news anchor use all the time, that I always wanted to watch to use it. Coming up next, I am so excited about that. Please let me know on the comment what you think about this. Let me see. 1,000 subscribers. It is the same thing. So I'm very excited about these new features. I am gonna do two things, okay? And it's a practice that I'm gonna recommend to you to adopt. When you go to the YouTube Studio on the, if you facing your computer, I hope so. When you facing your computer, on the right hand side of your computer, there's a space that YouTube save for themselves so they can promote the creator stuff and all that. And that's where they have the creator YouTube channel. So click on it and look at all the things that are coming new. YouTube is always, because it's in their best interest that you do better as a content creator. The one thing that YouTube wants is that every channel reach 1 million subscribers so they can sell more Coca-Cola ads and more Pepsi ad and whatever, you know? So it's in their best interest that you do good. And that's why they provide you with all of those tools. And that's what I was telling you on our topic number one out of the bad practices that you need to avoid from of YouTube, is that creating video just because it's not going to do it. YouTube is giving you the opportunity to do it the right way. So you should be doing it that way. Today's topic for our live streaming was bad practices that you need to avoid when creating videos for YouTube, and we also explore uh, some new features that YouTube had that have that I consider that are going to be very, very beneficial to you and me as content creator. Before we go, I wanted to say thank you, first of all, to Marie Stringer, our production assistant, for all the wonderful work that she has been doing in this live streaming and putting up with me. Edmond TV blogs. That flag, if I'm not mistaken, looks like the Panamanian flag. I don't want to get it wrong, but that's what it looked like. So I wanted to say thank you to a couple of people that are here. Again, excuse me, Cool Total Gamer. Thank you for being here. Edición Express, Jojo the Techie, our wonderful moderator. Thank you for being here. Congratulations to NP in becoming a moderator today during the live stream, and we gave him his blue jacket. So I'm very excited about him and being on this channel and as a moderator for us. He's an amazing KineMaster editor. If you're into editing, I will suggest you to take a look at his content. He is very good. Also, thank you to Los Toritos Kid for being here. Community Power is here as well. Hazel Yuri, very honored to have you here today with us. Please reach out to me on what was it, Twitter, so we can discuss a little bit uh, about that program. Why is that being rolled out in California and all of that? The MAGA Family Channel was here as well, and Joan Taveras was here. Thank you for being here, and thank you all. Edmond TV Vlogs, hello. Thank you for being here as well. Okay, so thank you for being with us. This gonna conclude our live streaming. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and on Facebook. Remember to give a like to this video, and again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Activate the notification bell. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will see you next time on the water.